Boston, Massachusetts is one of the oldest and most historically significant locations in the United States. The city is home to many of the nation's oldest: the oldest Major League Baseball park, the oldest newspaper, the oldest subway system, and one of the nation's oldest continuously run taverns. There is much to see and do when in Beantown, and many ways to see it. Here are 3 must-see historic sites to check out in Boston. We'll start where the Midnight Ride began. The Paul Revere House at 19 North Square is Boston's oldest surviving wooden house. Originally built in 1680, local silversmith Paul Revere purchased the residence 2 weeks before the Boston Massacre in 1770 and lived here during the Revolutionary War. It was here that Revere stopped on April 18, 1775 to grab his boots and surtout before heading to the North End, where he caught a boat, beginning what would become known as the Midnight Ride. Revere and his very large family lived here from 1770 to 1800, and visitors today can tour the residence and see pieces of furniture once belonging to the Revere family. The site itself was listed on the National Register of Historic Places in 1961. While cemeteries are excluded from being listed on the National Register of Historic Places, if any could qualify, the Granary Burying Ground in Boston would top the list. The site was established in 1660 and contains the final resting places of 3 signers of the Declaration of Independence: Samuel Adams, Robert Treat Paine, and the signature himself, John Hancock. The site is also the final resting place of patriot and craftsman Paul Revere, the parents of Benjamin Franklin, as well as all 5 victims of the Boston Massacre. And while the Granary Burying Ground is not the oldest in Boston, the site lies on ground which was originally part of Boston Common, the oldest city park in the U.S., established in 1634, and listed on the National Register of Historic Places. In the need of some chowder? Stop by 41 Union Street and dine where both Daniel Webster and John F. Kennedy were local regulars. The Union Oyster House is the oldest continuously operating restaurant in the United States, having opened in 1826. Union Street in Boston is one of the nation's oldest, having first been laid out in 1626. Although no records exist of the construction of the building at 41 Union, it was most likely built around 1704 as a silk and dry goods business at a time when the wharf was just a couple blocks away.
Hello, good evening. My name is Simon.
During the American Revolution, the wives of Hancock, Adams, and Quincy sat aside local neighbors in the stalls of the building's first-floor dress house, mending and sewing clothing for the colonists, while federal troops in the Continental Army received their war wages from the official pay station also located in the building. In 1796, a future king of France lived on the 2nd floor and taught French to locals while in exile from the country he would later lead for 18 years. Amazingly, the Oyster House has had only 3 owners since it first opened in 1826 and is a National Historic Landmark.